I'm surprised by the whole series. I'm surprised by the whole series. Like the whole start to finish, I'm surprised. I'm surprised that Minnesota went in and won 2 games in a row in dominant fashion. And Jamal Murray, the coolest of cool, lost his cool and all the chaos. I was surprised when Denver went into Minnesota and won both games. Right. And then it goes, obviously they go back. So it's like to say that I'm surprised that they won the series. I'm not surprised that they won the series. I'm just surprised by how the whole series transpired. That to me is what made it great. That's what made it mind-blowing. Like, we're going to talk about this series. We're going to reference this series for a very, very long time.
You and I, we didn't discuss anything we're going to talk about beforehand. I was going the same place. That's why I asked the question the way I did. No, I'm being serious because
stop copying my homework.
Hold on. If I would never copy your homework.
That's not true.
You were a C- student. You were a C- student.
My effort, not intelligence. Those are two things.
No, but if you had said to me before the series, Minnesota's going to win this in Game 7 in Denver, I would say, oh, yeah, I could see that happening. But the way this series played out, particularly after everyone wrote off Denver after 2 games, there were all these calls for the Jokic third MVP being fraudulent. I feel like that guy's going to probably win a couple more, and he'll get called. The MVP will get called fraudulent again. But again, it's a regular season award. I was surprised at the absolute ass whooping that Minnesota gave Denver in Game 6, and I think what was most shocking to me was Denver being up 58-38, having complete control of this game in the second half, and then Minnesota just responds with a massive run. It felt to me like Denver's offense, in particular, got really stagnant in that second half. Murray, of course, missed some shots during that run, but felt like it was just post Jokic, double team, repost Jokic, double team, late shot clock, hoist. It just felt like that. We didn't see, especially, I would say, for most of the second half, if not all of the second half, any of the movement stuff for Denver. Oh. It was all two-man game or a Jokic post-up. It never got to just a flowing offense. And I think that surprised me. The fact that Minnesota had the, mental toughness to make that run. And I'm going to get to some of the plays down the stretch that I thought were huge, but that was the part to me that was surprising, that they it's not even that they lost their composure. To me, they lost playing the way that they've played all season.
They lost who they were, and the numbers back it up, though, Jay. The numbers back it up. Jamal Murray and Nikola Jokic have 34 and 35. They had. So then you look at Aaron Gordon 4, Michael Porter Jr. 7, Caldwell Pope 5, and then Braun was the only person that scored off the bench. Brown. I apologize.
It's all right. I called Andrew Nembhard, Aaron Nembhard, not once, but twice in the series. Once in Game 3 and once in a Game 7. I caught myself in the Game 7. I didn't realize I did in Game 3. It happened.
Utah, give me 2. No, it's just every time I see it, I say Braun, but when I talk about him, I say Brown. Whatever. I'm looking at the box score. Everybody cut me some slack. So 5 points off the bench. So to your point, they lost who they were. They lost that movement offense of you don't know who's going to beat you. Then in key moments, we go to our two-man game and it's unstoppable because everyone has a rhythm. The lob to Aaron Gordon is there, the kick out to KCP, the scramble to MPJ. So that's what you were saying. They lost who they were and the numbers support that. That's what I'm saying. I can't remember many series like this that I could in my lifetime where it's like the home team, and especially there's context behind the losses. It's not that Denver lost 2 games in a row at home. It was that they hadn't lost in 2 postseasons at home, and they were dominant and the elevation. So this is a dominant home team, and they come in and get smoked. And I think that's what rattled everyone. That's what rattled everyone. And then I look at the totality of the series, and it's hard to put a finger on it. What was the thing? What was the deciding factor? I'll stand by this. The worst thing that could have happened to the Denver Nuggets was playing the Lakers in the first round. I think that lulled them in because they had their number and they could do what they wanted. They could be down and start slow, and and then all of a sudden you get a team that's punching you in your mouth in game one, and they were like, "Whoa!" And so I would go to say that first round series didn't prepare them for that, and a lot of times postseason series can prepare you for the next.
Yeah, I think we both lived that. We both lived that where we maybe were on really good teams and got away with a series, or we played a team that played a bad team, and we get to the next round and we're like, they're not in the playoffs yet. We are already in the playoffs.
Mm-hmm.
Minnesota is just, to me, a unique matchup for nearly every team, but certainly for the Denver Nuggets. And if there, I would describe Game 7. This whole playoffs in every single series has been very physical. But that Game 7 was very physical. And when you have physicality and size and multiple bodies, bigs and wings, I thought Anthony Edwards in the second half just taking the Murray matchup, right? Just
it looked personal.
I've got Jamal Murray. I've got Jamal Murray and making it tough on him. So that's what makes it unique with the Minnesota Timberwolves.